Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Idaho Business Podcast. You know the name of it by now. If you're listening, you're tuning in, let's rock and roll. I'm doing a remote session today. I'm actually in Las Vegas. I wish I could show you, a nice view of palm trees, but I'm actually in a classroom in some, continuing education with my consultant today, learning more how to be better in business myself. So not only am I, teaching and preaching on the podcast, but I'm learning myself every time, every day, every week. So as always, we're sponsored by New Clean Commercial Cleaning. They are offering an amazing deal right now that if you call them and say you heard about them on the podcast, and you call them at 208-254-7070, and you say you heard them on the podcast, they will offer you a free sterilization of your entire office, absolutely for free. That will help you keep your employees at work through this cold and flu season. It's just a good reset of your entire office. Kills all that stuff, all that bacteria, all the flus, viruses, all that stuff we just don't want to be around. So I'm going to kind of talk about some of the stuff we went over this morning. A lot of mindset stuff today. We talked about who do you want to show up as this year? As a business owner, as a business leader, we choose. We've talked a lot about, we're the author of our own story. We're the author of our own book. But do we really put that into perspective of who do we really want to show up as this year? Is it going to be the same old Peter, the same old Judy, the same old, Sam, same old Spencer? Or is it going to be someone that you've identified and clarified what is important to that? What is important to you? What are you truly working for? What are you truly working towards? And identifying your goals of why you're trying to achieve X, Y, and Z. Because once you clarify those, and I know we've talked about this in the past, but once you've clarified your goals, then it really makes it easier to go forward to accomplish those goals. If you get past, if you're past the point of, you're not, maybe you're past the point of, if I could talk today, you're not paycheck to paycheck. You have a little extra every month that you can start putting in the savings, and you're not, destitute, and you have shelter over your head, and you're able to feed yourself. They started talking about there's 3 columns of happiness that exist after you get past that point. And those columns are experience, growth, and contribution. And they say, so you put those in different columns. And then each one of those columns lists down, what you want to experience. What you want to experience when it comes to growth in your life. What experiences do you want to have when it comes to contributions? What matters to you in your life? And once you put those down, put them in bullet points, but then get descriptive with it. So if it's, when it comes to experiences, if it's, hey, I want to spend some more quality time with my family, because maybe at this time, you are, working maybe only 4 hours a day. and he's a business owner, and you've got time to spend with your kids, but maybe you're thinking, I need more quality time with my kids. Okay, that's a great goal. Or maybe you're still at the grind time, and you're like, man, I'm working like 12 hours a day, and I'm getting very few hours with my kids or my spouse or my significant other. I want just more time with my more / quality time with my loved ones. Put that down, but then just in a sub bullet point, identify what that really means to you, and like describe it. Like what do you mean by that? What is quality time to you? So describe all that. So some of my experiences, I want to have more family trips, because we all know when it comes to your family, they're not vacations, they're trips. Once you get done with a family trip, you need a vacation from the family trip. So after that, it's time, some time with my wife, travel with my wife a little bit. That's truly a vacation. Time with my friends, that's important to me, and that includes like, lunch dates, double dates with my wife, and that kind of stuff. Starting new businesses. I'd love to have a warm Christmas for once instead of staying in the snow. It's just stuff like that. What are some experiences you want to have? But obviously, you're going to require some money. So these are things that you need to be doing, and these are going to cross over a little bit. So your experiences, a lot of these experiences in the experience categories and columns are going to cross over into the growth. Now, when it comes to growth, it can be, there's physical growth, there's professional growth, could be spiritual growth. Write all those things down, and then really describe that, what that means to you, so you know exactly what you're gunning for. And then when it comes to contribution, say the same type of thing. Put that down. For me on contribution, at least I'm putting in there at least a monthly daddy-daughter date with both my daughters. Not with both my daughters at once, but each daughter at each time, at least monthly. If I can do it more, great. Same with my sons. I have 2 daughters and 2 sons. At least a monthly father-son outing. And then let them decide what is it going to be. And a lot of the times, like my daughters, they just want to go and get a Slurpee, or go to the dollar store and pick out a little fun toy or something like that, or just, go ride my truck with me, or, just something fun, just to have time with their dad. So that contribution, it could be anything, what you think, and that's important to you, and it could be important to your family. And also just in general, and your wife as well. Like I've got, I think, at least bi-monthly dates with my wife. Donating to charity. Okay, so you say donate to charity. Okay, how much do you want to donate to charity? What do you want to donate to charity? Do you want to donate your time? Do you want to donate to your finances? What are you talking about? So define what you're meaning. So these are the three columns that I'm working on right now myself. And then after you do that, and you start to look at this every week and every month, then you start to review it, and then you can start thinking, does this give me what I'm looking for? And if it doesn't, then maybe add to it or subtract from it, and keep editing this until you figure out, okay, this is these things within these 3 columns are bringing me harmony. And this is what's going to help me within my life. This is what's going to help me bring me closer to my goals, and help me push forward in my business to, okay, maybe I'm at $1 million in gross revenue now. This is the reason why I want to hit $2 million in gross revenue, because part of my experience or growth goal, or even contribution goal, is possibly getting this, X amount of net revenue, so I can have for X, Y, and Z. Or maybe it's to sell my company for X amount of revenue, so I can do X. So have that described out in your mind so you can have a real clear picture of what you're gunning for. And that's going to help you understand, what you're focusing on. One thing I learned today, and we know, this journey that we're on as business leaders and business owners, sometimes it's not the funnest. And sometimes it's exactly the opposite of fun. Sometimes it can be miserable. But what I've come to understand that really it shouldn't be miserable or not fun really more than 10% of the time. And if you're not enjoying it more than that 10% of the time, then you need to look at what you're doing day to day and thinking, what are the things that I do enjoy doing and what are the things I don't enjoy doing? And the things that you don't enjoy doing, maybe pawn that off on other people that they could take on that task and they could do maybe a better job at that task and give you back your energy and your focus on the tasks that you do enjoy going after. I enjoy the hunt and the task of hunting and killing, of going after sales and that type of thing. I enjoy that. And, I like to grow my company because, it's fun to grow. I like that process. I enjoy that. Obviously it's fun to, bring more revenue in and have that revenue. But once you hit a certain point, like we've talked about this in other episodes, having, what does your life, your perfect life look like, and having maybe some financial harmony to your life of, what dollar amount do you need to make every month to live the life that you want to live. Once you make that amount and then go above that amount, it shouldn't really make a difference in your life. You should just be putting the rest with the pile. So at that point, then you're just enjoying the process, enjoying the growth, enjoying the hunt, because that's what you enjoy doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. So do what you enjoy doing. The things you don't enjoy doing, pawn that off on other people that are better suited for those tasks. And then focus on those 3 columns of happiness, the experience, growth, and contribution. And then give that a try for a little bit, and then go back to it and then say, does this give me what I'm looking for? And if it doesn't, go back and edit it and add to it and continue to work on that until you find that perfect combination that you're like, okay, I'm starting to feel this harmony, and this is giving me that motivation and that push to continue to push forward in my business and to continue to lead my team to find that harmony within myself to really rock it forward. So hopefully this is helpful to you today, because I had a really good morning in my classes. So you guys go out there and just dominate your week. Have a fantastic week. And as always, stay grateful, stay happy, and look for opportunities to serve people around you. Till next time, adios. Have a great week.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.